Sometimes it's not just the movies we see, but where we see them that makes an impact on us.
Going to the Unicorn was always a treat. I think it was something like 50 or 60 seats. It was quite small. And once settled in, all eyes would be on the small screen at the end of the hall, and the flickers would come on.
John Ripa was a teenager going to the Unicorn Cinema and its adjacent Mithras bookstore in the 1970s. The La Jolla Historical Society celebrates both venues in an exhibit curated by Carol Olton.
I'm sitting in the Unicorn Cinema chair, a piece of memorabilia in our exhibition, Tigers, Unicorns, and Puppy Dog Tales. Everybody remembers that you had to enter the Unicorn Cinema by going through the bookstore first, which was its own kind of experience. It was a typical kind of bohemian atmosphere.
Both venues opened in 1964 and closed in 1982.
I really cried in print because it was a very sad time for anybody who really loved film and movies.
I was the last employee of Mithras Books Unicorn Cinema. So I turned the key on the final night, which was kind of a sad situation. We had a few people gathered around right after the midnight show. And it was a wonderful couple of years experience. That's where I was really first exposed to the samurai cinema.
It was a place that you saw French New Wave, you saw German New Wave, you saw stuff from the National Film Board of Canada.
I'm Jim Call, and the Unicorn Theater is where I learned to love foreign film. Some of the movies got out after the buses ran, so there were two things that I wanted to do after the buses ran, and that was the midnight movies at the Academy and the Unicorn Theater. So I bought a motorcycle expressly to come to the Unicorn.
I'm Jackie Estrada. The thing I remember that just pops in my head when you say Unicorn Cinema was seeing Busby Berkeley movies and coming out of the theater and just doing kicks as we were walking to our car and dancing like we were in a Busby Berkeley movie. We were members. You got a membership card. They would punch it each time you went, and then you got your 10th movie free.
Now the most famous thing was the marathon.
I can remember in the middle of the night, Lawrence of Arabia came on and just kept nodding off and opened my eyes at sand. You just get a photo ID admission thing that you would wear so you could come and go. You could go home, take a nap, come back, etc.
Well, I'm Benjamin Darling. I'm the son of Harold Darling, the founder of the Unicorn Cinema. You know, the Unicorn was my babysitter because if my parents were busy, they would stick me in Yojimbo or Shoot the Piano Player.
His stepmother Sandra designed the cinema's brochures that now cover the exhibit walls.
The Unicorn Cinema had these really amazing brochures and programs. They became quite collector's items, and I picked out a number of these because they're all round.
Why a circle? Like, that's a crazy thing to do. They just would do anything. That's one of the things I really loved about seeing that show is the sense of creative freedom. They just did any old crazy thing that came to their mind, which I love.
Even the bookstore floor was an act of creativity.
They didn't have any money, so they threw a bunch of old paper ephemera on the floor and lacquered it. And so it was this insane collage.
I remember sitting on that floor, exploring the collage, and then watching glorious foreign films long before I was able to appreciate them. But the Unicorn's passion for cinema contributed to my lifelong love of movies. Thanks for watching. I'm Beth Accomando, KPBS Arts and Culture reporter, and I cover everything from galleries to film reviews. So check out the playlist and subscribe. And thanks.